Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently largely waiting out the time until we can form our empire here. So we're working on that. We also need to come down over this way. I'd like to start collecting some of these other provinces. That would be nice. Sure, I don't know how I feel about that. We'll get some prestige. Sounds good. So I'd like to go after this situation here. We do have both de jure counties here, and we could just go after the duchy. That is an option. Now, this is currently actually legal for us to go after, I believe. Maybe not. She's the duchy holder. Once we take both of these, it would be legal for us to go after. But currently it is not. Okay, that is good to know. And this is currently being taken over. That's the Northumbrian conquest of the Earldom of Dunbar. Okay, sure. That sounds fine to me. Go ahead and do that. We've got some more things that we can do over here, of course. We can go after Powys. Actually, we can't. We don't have the de jure Kingdom of Wales. We do not. We can make it. There we go. Problem solved. And then we can go after Powys with our de jure claim, like that. So that's an option. Other things that we could do. We could think about going after Brittany. I'm not really feeling like we're in a position where we need to do much raiding right now. But we could certainly go after Brittany. But I think cleaning up some of this territory is probably the way to go. Looking at the de jure Norway titles, there's a couple up over here that we can get. At de jure Denmark, we already have all of de jure Denmark. Okay, so that's not really a concern. We can come up after this, so we may just want to spend some time cleaning up some territory out over that way. Now, I believe we can go after these. Yes, that's a de jure claim. So we can do a de jure. We can do another de jure. De jure inland is completely legal for us. We can only not go after non-de jure inland stuff. Like what this is right now. This is not currently allowed to do de jure, although we can grab... Well, we can grab it because it's in the Kingdom of Scotland, isn't it? Yes, we can actually go after that. So that's good to know. For now, though, I just want to get some of this cleaned up. So we're going to declare war on this guy. And then there's this gentleman. And how do we want to handle him? We're truced with him right now. So I think we'll come back to that question later. And we may end up attempting to go for like a claimant. Maybe. We may have to boost lodging standards to make that happen. But we'll go ahead and raise up our troops over here. Honestly, just men-at-arms should do the trick. And we will head on in. Fantastic. And we'll get some of this cleaned up. Oh, we just instantly stack wiped them. Okay, I was like, how do we hit 100% instantly? There we go. Problem solved. And we'll head on over this direction. And there we go. That one's already over too. And we will head over here. Now that does put us above our vassal limit, which is unsurprising. We will take a look at that in a moment. We can't hand out any kingdom titles yet. Okay. There we go. We'll enforce those demands, disband our troops, and I do want to check in on our succession here before we go too much further. We're fairly old. This looks absolutely fine. So it's this guy who's probably going to end up forming the kingdoms, or rather the High Kingdom. This guy is almost certainly not going to survive, but we'll see what ends up happening there. So we do need to create some duchy titles. So let's grab, say, this one. That goes de jure to this guy, which is fine. Now, he doesn't actually do much with that. That doesn't do much for us. That's okay. I think we're going to create, like, York next. There we go. We'll grant that over to this fine gentleman. He gets the Jarldom of Jorvik, actually. There we go. And that solves our problem. Fantastic. So let's come down over this way. and see if there is anything that we can build down here. I would absolutely love to get more constructions done, but it looks like everything is underway for right now. So that is fine. We will then head up over this direction, go after her. We can do a Conquer Duchy here. That is completely legal for us. And I wouldn't mind... Actually, this war is over. Interesting. We can do this. This is legal for us to do because this is de jure both part of our territory. Well, this is the only inland province here. So this is completely legal for us. We can definitely do it. I want to check to see... Yeah, he's only got the one earldom. So we'll do that. Cool. We'll get this all cleaned up, and then we'll go after some of these northern islands up here, I think. While we wait for our truce with this gentleman to work his way down. Yeah, we just don't generally have a lot that we can do against him. There's a lot more than I'd like to do. Okay, we're going to raise up here. I doubt that we'll be able to catch these guys. Maybe. That's a solid maybe. We do. We do catch them. Beautiful. Okay, we'll head on over this way. And we'll eliminate this force as well. Sure, show in the Jarl. Okay, how many troops do we need here to siege this? We're going to stop here for a moment. And we need 282. So we're going to leave behind our onagers, and we're going to leave behind probably these bondi. I would usually prefer to leave behind levies, but in this situation we don't have any raised, and this is okay. Okay, so we're going to chase these guys down here. Stack wipe them, no problem. And actually, that's that war over. So we'll enforce those demands, and these guys will just head directly up over here. We don't have a siege leader here, and we'll put one in. But we'll have the rest of these come siege Dunbar. And of course, that puts us above our vassal limit, which is fully expected. That was not the right location. I was like, hang on a moment. Why are these guys not sieging? Well, because they're here, not here. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so this war should be over incredibly soon. In fact, it's basically already over. We'll get this farms and fields upgraded. Fantastic. Just checking in on these things over here, seeing if we can do anything there. We're 99% war score. Okay. Honestly, this is probably fine. Yeah, this is fine. Our Vigmen are more than powerful enough, so we'll enforce those demands. Fantastic. We are, of course, going to need to grant these titles out, and we definitely will do so. Can we hand any de jure over? Yes, we can, and we definitely will do so. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, we need to put in a new marshal, and that would be this fine gentleman. And that means that all that's left here is Dehwabarth. Now, we're still truce to them, so we're going to head up over this way, go for like this bit of Lotharingia, but I think that we'll go for Iceland first. This is all de jure our territory, but I'd rather just do a duchy conquer. And that's exactly what we're going to do. How many troops does she have? 6,000, but she does have an ally. Okay. We're going to raise up some troops here. And let's see what we get. This should do the trick. We're going to head on in. And that war may be over already. We'll see. In Walksbridge, we can definitely put in a pastoral land. There we go. That'll get us some hybrid levies there, which will be nice. Hybrid levies and gold income, I mean. Okay, we have embarked, and we are heading in. They don't win this. I can tell you that right now. As expected. So they retreat, and we're going to cap the capital here. What is this dangerous faction? What do we got here? Peasants. Okay, I don't care about peasants. Peasants are irrelevant to us right now. We are still above our vassal limit, and we'll likely deal with that. What is this duchy over here? Yeah, Lothian. That should be made. We'll make that right now and grant that over to this guy. There we go. Problem solved. We can grant some vassals over to rightful liege. And there we go. Cool. Okay, 20 days to go here. Make that 10. Did they embark? They may have embarked. Are they attacking elsewhere? No. No, they didn't embark. They're just chilling over here. Okay, so we're going to leave behind a siege force, and we're going to go fight them again. So we will leave our onagers, and we will leave... This unit of levies would be more than fine. And we're going to take the rest of these off. Apparently they want to embark. I don't necessarily hate that. Now, we died of old age, and we knew that that was going to happen soon. We're not super shocked about that one. Let's see, we have intrigue focus. Okay, what do we have for domain limit? That's not great. Our wife is skill 18 stewardship. That's pretty decent. I want her to manage domain. That brings us up to 7. Okay. So for our chancellor, we'll put in this guy. For our steward, we'll put in this guy. For our marshal, this is basically the same council we had before. So something kind of like that. 8 of 7, huh? Well, for right now, we could hop into domain focus. And hope? Yikes. Okay, so the domain focus is a bit of a waste. We're going to hand out Wycombe, and that's fine. No problem whatsoever there. So these guys are going to embark and arrive up here quite quickly. And this dangerous faction is going to be a lot more dangerous now that we died. But we'll see what ends up happening with that. We need out of this war as quickly as we can. I don't want to fight Lotharingia at this moment. We did just finish promoting culture, and we definitely want to come down here and continue working on that in our locations. There we go. Okay, so we won this. We will continue to pursue. They're probably going to run off over this way, if I had to guess. Okay, 97%, huh? Well, we're going to fight them here, and that should end that war, right? Actually, we're not going to catch them there. I was trusting the indicator. Okay, so this guy doesn't want to be our enemy. Who is this guy? Do we care about that? Honestly... That's fine. I'm not planning on fighting this guy anytime soon. So that'll be okay. They're going to fight us over here, which is very rude. I trusted the indicator, and I shouldn't do that. So we're able to retreat now, and we will do so. We're out of there. Okay. We're going to come in over here. This will end this war. I'm surprised that we don't have more factionalism going on right now, in all honesty. But that's okay. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Now, all of this up here will have to be given away, and we're just going to create the title, and we're going to give that to this guy, and he can do things as he sees fit. So that is the Jarldom of Iceland. Where is it? It should be under Norway, right? Yes, right here. There we go. Fantastic. So we'll do that. And that'll be fine. So now we just need this bit of Lotharingia here. And Lotharingia isn't super strong. But for the moment... Who is this guy? Oh, this is our player Aaron Daughter. Okay, sure. We should probably do that. That's not a guy at all. Fantastic. We are definitely low on our child count. And we can do something about that. And so we shall. There we go. For the moment, that's not the worst thing, but it could get awkward a little bit later on. We'll continue to upgrade over here. And over here as well. Leviathan, huh? We're just going to take 50 gold. Yeah, that's okay. No problem there. And continue to upgrade our castles here. Now, someone was attempting to murder us. That is deeply unsurprising. We need to take a look in our decisions here at securing the High Kingdom of the North Sea. Okay, so we need our level of fame up. Wait a second. We personally have to hold it, not our dynasty, for 30 years. We're probably young enough that we can get away with that. But that's going to be interesting. Very interesting indeed. I assumed that it has to be held in our realm for 30 years. No, we have to hold it as the person who creates the High Kingdom for 30 years. That's definitely an interesting wrinkle, and I'm not sure exactly how long that'll take. It depends on whether this guy survives or not. At this point, we need him to survive a lot. Our wife is pregnant, and that's okay. We could go after this guy, and I mean, we don't have much to do there. So what if we were to look at claimants? Well, that's it's a duchy level realm. So this would be fine. We can look at claimants. There's this guy. We can't press his claim. These are children. And this is a female. So no option there right now. We could just do the old-fashioned way and conquest them. We can't conquer duchies at this time. We are not very pious at all. And that's because we're craven. Well, we can go on a pilgrimage. And go on a very long pilgrimage. Okay. That does put us into debt. This ransom is acceptable. That'll pull us out of debt a month faster. Sympathy to heathens, huh? We're to become disdainful towards heathens for right now. 37 gold. That brings us out of debt. Always nice. Now we could go raid. We are low on gold right now. And raiding is not a terrible option here. How's the Papal State doing? They have a decent amount. We could go steal from the Papal State. So we'll raise our troops here. Actually, I wanted to raise our raiders here. It doesn't actually matter doing that, but there we go. Cool. Yes, this ransom is acceptable. There's a dangerous faction. We will likely be able to deal with that soon. And we're just going to take these guys over and begin our raid of the Papal State. So, this is a faction to install this Earl on the Irish throne. Okay. I'm just checking religion right now. They're all the correct religion, and that's fine. This guy is our prisoner. That's an option. It's not necessarily a great option. Because we could do this. This is probably a better option. Would not accept. Why? He's unimpressed by our royal court. His opinion of us. Or actually, her opinion of us. That wouldn't actually get us what we need. So we'll have to go for this guy. Okay. We have a 3-year-old half-sister. That will do. Cool. Okay, problem solved there. And off we go to do some raiding. We're going to get ourselves some gold this way. And eventually, we'll get some gold. I'm also hoping that this guy lives long enough to form the Empire, but it's going to be a little bit dicey whether that ends up happening. We're starting to get to the point where we can't expand too much more without an Empire level title. So that is definitely a concern. But we can do raiding. That's no problem. The fact that we're a kingdom level title with like 5 kingdoms is problematic. And if we continue to expand too much more, it'll continue to be a problem. So we do need an Empire level title. But that's just a matter of time at this point. The question is, what ruler do we have that lives 30 years and holds all 3 of them? All 3 of the necessary titles. That's what we need at this point. Okay, so we're going to head in here, get all this raiding done. No problem. That faction is going to continue to be a bit of an issue for us, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's unsurprising that this is still brewing up. These are very borderline. Very, very borderline. So I think we're going to hold off on doing anything about them for the moment. They should just get sorted on their own for a bit. They might end up brewing up a little bit more later on. But for now, I don't think there's anything too major that needs to be done. So we're going to head on in over here and continue our raid. Cool. We've got about 500 gold worth here. A missing village, huh? Show me the village. We probably could grant a tax lien, but actually that development growth will probably end up paying off. We'll do it. Yeah, that's going to hurt our monthly income pretty dramatically, but that's okay. We can always raid for the income. We don't have to get our income via taxes. So this is fine. Hey, a stewardship lifestyle perk. Always good. I think that we're going to go for golden obligations. And we don't have any of those that we can immediately pick up, but that's fine. Okay, we're at 65 supply at this point. Yes, we accept all of these ransoms. Lots and lots of gold. This playstyle is extremely gold rich. There's no doubt about it. You can get just crazy amounts of gold doing this. I think it's kind of overpowered how much gold you can get from this, in all honesty. 75 gold? Yep. Okay. How are we doing supplies-wise? We're at 54. We can continue to raid. This is not a problem. There we go. And we'll just raid all the way through here. Yeah, I'm not surprised that these guys are thinking about brewing back up. I don't think for the moment they're too big of a concern. They might become a concern soon. This one might be a concern. Okay. We may end up wanting to fight them. For the time being, I want to finish up our raid. It's a slightly awkward path here. I was thinking for some reason that this connected over here. It did not. That's okay. We'll finish up our raid here, and then we'll head home and deal with these factions, I think. That's going to be our next step. 4 months and 4 months. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so we're going to bring all of our gold back to Minorca. We'll get that embarkation done and make our way over. We can also grab ourselves Hergeld, which we will definitely do at this moment. That brings us almost back up to where we were. Okay, so we are now home. That gives us a level of fame. We'll disband these troops. And the question now becomes, which of these factions is actually going to fire? And it's going to be the Independence faction. So with that in mind, I would like to do something about this situation. That would not get us an alliance, because that's a grandson. Okay. This guy would not join because he, or rather he would not negotiate because he is a claimant. Okay. What else can we do? This should work. Well, we only have nephews, but we do have a lot of half-sisters. We also have a couple of daughters. Okay. So we do that. This independence faction will end up firing. They just immediately dropped in power too. They can send their ultimatum at any time. But they dropped in power. And they're currently too weak to send an ultimatum. Yes. Okay. So I guess that's not going to happen. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about taking over Dehwabarth, getting that squared away, and hopefully getting ourselves some... we only have daughters? We only have daughters. Okay, that's a little awkward. Hopefully getting ourselves some time ticking away on getting our High Kingdom. That would be nice. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.